Hello everyone, my name is Sam, and today I wanted to do a bit of a name change update. So for those of you that haven't watched my previous videos about this, changing my name is a little bit complicated. It's all changed in the UK, but my citizenship is actually Polish because of my parents. So it's a bit difficult to change my name, especially in a country that I don't live in and also has no good legislation for trans people whatsoever. And I'm assuming a lot worse now with everything that's going on there with like LGBT oppression. So it was a bit of an experience then. I imagine so much worse now as well. So I'll link the two videos of like the starting of the journey and everything that I went through up until this point in the description in case you haven't watched it, but today's video is actually about my court case. Between then and when my court case happened, which was like a year and a half now, I'm sorry this update's so late, there was a lot of waiting, so I think it was like May, June-ish that we've finished all the pre-court case bits, and we were just waiting for a date, and we were sort of hoping for September, but then we heard that all of the like booking in dates and stuff over the summer holidays just doesn't happen, and it didn't happen, and the date that we actually got was January 2019. So super exciting, but the big thing that I had to face again was having to go through airport security on my old passport as very much passing self. You know, I shaved, which sucked. I don't have much facial hair, but any little bit made me anxious that it would make it harder for me to get through border control. So that sucked a little bit, to be honest. I was at a really good place with my facial hair as well. Anyway, we move on. But the actual security bit this time was completely okay. I totally flew under the radar. I don't really know why it was so much easier this time than the time before. And when we got there was a few days before my court case, and we tried to do some things to enjoy it, but it's very difficult to enjoy it when you're about to go to a court case where someone just gets to decide whether or not you can be who you are. So as you can understand, not that pleasant. On the day of the court case, we were staying in a town with my family, which is next to the big city where the court was, so we drove out there. I got to dress up in my suit. That bit was really exciting. I was excited to be able to feel dapper. So that was a plus side of court cases, I guess. Yeah, so we headed out to this like wonderfully grand looking building for my court case. My lawyer and his like assistant were there, and they've always been like super supportive, and for the actual court case it was so quick. I think we were in and out within 10 minutes. It was basically instant. I can't even remember an awful lot about it, and that's not because it's been like a year and a half, it's because it was just like, and also I didn't understand a lot of it. There was a lot of legal jargon that they were saying to me that I did not understand. Really funny though, at first when we walked in, the judge called me Mrs. because of the paperwork she was looking at, and then saw me and called me Sir, and then it was all just like a really weird mix of pronouns, and it was quite funny. I couldn't even be upset about it because it was funny, but it is a bit dodgy when you think about it. So she told me she was going to have to call me Miss for the sake of the whole court case until that changed, and just so weird. Surely it's not that hard to just use someone's preferred pronouns throughout a court case, but anyways, that's what happened. I wasn't too upset about it. It was also really weird because I had to sit away from my mum. She was actually on the opposite side of me, which is just so bizarre because she was obviously supporting me, and then I was sat with the lawyer, and every now and then I had to stand up and say something, but again, because of the legal jargon and stuff that quite frankly, like, I'm not sure I'd understand in English, let alone in Polish. I wasn't quite sure what was going on, and he would often just whisper into my ear what to say, which I think is kind of sounds a bit dodgy, but it really helped. I don't think I would have known what on earth was going on if he hadn't just told me what to say. So yeah, and then they went out to make their decision. Again, like a tense moment, but it was all really quick, and she came back in and she was like, yeah, hurrah, you're a dude. And that was it, which is just so weird. But the caveat, it's not that easy, is it? So they basically said, yes, you are male, we agree, we will send you out paperwork to say that. We said, okay, great, and then what about the name change? And they said, oh no, we don't authorise name changes here. So your name change gets authorised by like your local council. So now I was legally in Poland a man, but under my very much feminine name, and it just, the clusterfuck continued. Obviously I was really, really happy with the positive outcome. When we came out of the courtroom, we were all absolutely buzzing. It was a bit sad because I knew it was the last time that I'd see the lawyer and the assistant, and they've both been absolutely so helpful and lovely. His assistant actually even like chipped into my top surgery, so you know, we had a good bond, and we knew that it was likely the last time we'd see them, but obviously had to get some like advice and stuff in terms of how I'm actually going to change my name. We thought that I'd have to go out to Poland again to change my name, but we actually realised that there's a way of doing it through the Polish embassy. It's what I'm pretty sure happened. Again, it's all kind of a blur now, I'm just glad it's over. But in my next video, I'm going to talk about changing my name and actually getting my passport. So the finale of this whole mess. But yeah, the court case. Of course, I was super anxious going into it, you would be. I'm not surprised or anything. I don't even think you need anxiety to be anxious about going to a court case. It's not exactly the best experience in the world. But then it was quick, easy, just thoughtless. I mean, I remember one of the quotes that she said was something like, the positive diagnosis that we have from our psychological board means that there's absolutely nothing for me to say against it, which was quite nice, which is essentially like their board of people who assessed me. I talked about this in previous videos, that they all agreed that, like, obviously this guy's man, like, you can't not let him be a man. It was a relief, even though a little bit confusing with the whole name thing as well, but hey ho, it was done, and that is the most important thing. I'll probably do a little update video, another one, in a little while, about how everything else happened afterwards. It was not as quick as I'd hoped. Honestly, it still, again, took absolute months. I don't think I got my passport till, like, late October, early November 2019, so it was still a bit of a drag, and at the moment slightly terrified because I sent it off so that I could get a provisional license, and I don't have it back yet, and there's nothing in the tracking information, but I'm trying not to think about it because it's just terrifying. Yeah, I will do an update sometime soon. Maybe there'll be some other videos first. We'll see. Anyways, for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.